Hello, everybody. Welcome again. Just a little bit of an announcement and informational thing here. And maybe this is something I'm going to do on a weekly basis because I have been screwing around with the Odysee channel that I've got established called Vivo Intelligente. And Odysee is a little bit different than the other video platforms. So I'm going to do something that's a little bit different there because they allow you to kind of republish other people's work that you know that you think is got some value. That's essentially what I'm going to be doing on that channel is kind of republishing work from other content providers that I think is really valuable and hopefully you can utilize to expand your mind and hopefully gain some insight into where I'm coming from. I'm certainly one that uh, you know likes to explore my mind, likes to be curious about the world that there is out there, and certainly where the truth lies. And so, in the past week or so, I've put some videos out there on the uh, Vivo Intelligente uh, channel on Odysee, and I'll provide a link down below. But one is the unlocking the idea of fingerprint and fingerprint uh, security on phones and devices. There's a lot to be desired on what a fingerprint actually means. For many people, they think fingerprints and DNA evidence is bulletproof, and it's not. And so that's certainly something I put out there. I definitely put a link for the ultimate history lesson with John Taylor Gatto. If you've never seen that video, it's a 5 hour long interview compiled over 2 days by Richard Grove and John Taylor Gatto. I think back in 2011, it's probably one of the most important documentaries and history lessons that you can ever you can find. It's incredible. John Taylor Gatto was a very well prepared individual, very well read to say the least, and really was interested in getting people to the highest potential that they could get themselves. I've got some stuff from Corbett, uh, James Corbett. The Corbett Report is certainly one of the best sources for what's going on in the world these days. I've got a video from Dr. Sam Bailey talking about rabies, and I think if you understand the idea that the germ theory is just a theory, and that there are other theories out there, terrain theory in particular is one that seems to explain a great deal more. Uh, I, I I don't think any theory is all encompassing, and that you should be uh, you know looking at the alternatives beyond those. But nevertheless, she points out kind of the history of where rabies came from and the you know the stories and illusions that were created around it really kind of lead to quite a bit of awareness. Let's see. I've got a video on the idea of electric cars uh, being environmentally unfriendly. And if you think by getting an electric car, you're contributing to the green economy, you're just you're a fool. Uh, Electric cars do a lot more damage to the environment than gasoline cars. And although I'm not a big fan of the gasoline cars either, uh, because most of the roads and stuff and the way uh, cities and towns and villages and suburbs are constructed, it's all basically kind of schemed with the idea of getting people to buy cars. It's just unnecessary. I live in Acapulco. I've lived without a car for 7 years, and I'm happy not to have a vehicle. There's just so much less stress involved when you don't have to put all that effort into all those damn things that they make you do when it comes to owning a car. Let it go. There's another report on from Corbett on social media that I think is important. A video about just a short video about shoes and how shoes may be something to think about a little bit more. And then finally, a very interesting video on controlled opposition. Uh, in a lot of ways, a lot of the information that's out there, and certainly some of the even alternative media when it comes to news, is controlled opposition. And being able to distinguish what that is, but then also have a healthy attitude and point of view and perspective that you know, doesn't get you angry at other people, doesn't put you in a fear state, but actually allows you to think clearly about what information is being provided, and is it useful, or is it based on an agenda. And so it's a longer video. I think the lady that put that information out, I think she really has a very interesting and healthy perspective on controlled opposition that I think is worthwhile. So those are the videos that are out there on my Odysee channel. Check it out, see what you think. I feel, I would definitely be interested in hearing your perspective. I'm thinking that every week or two, as I post those videos, to kind of go through and review the stuff that I put out there, and just give you this opportunity, or do or have an opportunity where I give an introduction to the information that's there and why it's useful, so that you can make a choice. Or, so it's something that you don't have to get stuck on and waste a lot of time on. But if it's interesting to you, you know where to find it. So with that said, I hope you're having a wonderful week, a wonderful day, a wonderful month, and take care. Thank you for your time and attention.